Hello and welcome to the Adam Dedra Show. We got another great one for you guys. This time we're in Salem, Massachusetts. But we went to a couple breweries and had some good food, some walking around, and got to explore another city in this wonderful country. And
Salem was awesome.
holy crap, yeah.
Salem was such a great, I'm really glad that we took the time to go spend, quite a few hours in Salem.
Yeah.
But why don't you introduce our beers first?
Oh, yeah. So we're having Chai Marty, which is from Prairie Artisan Ales, which is out of Oklahoma City. And this is a bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout with espresso flavors, chai, and honey. Way outside Dedra's wheelhouse here, but I figured it would be a treat, and we'd try something different rather than another hazy IPA. So cheers, everyone.
Right, here goes nothing down the gullet. That just, you know what? I gotta say, and maybe it's also a visual thing, but dude, check that out. That looks like straight motor oil.
That's dark.
Like that's you haven't changed your oil in a minute.
Now, I'm not sure how you're going to feel about this because it does have that strong barrel-aged flavor to it.
Oh, awesome.
But
like
it has
diabetes?
It does have a little bit of this sweet, but it's more like it has that, I don't even know how to describe it, but that barrel-aged kind of flavor to it. But it also, you get like the cinnamon from the chai in there also, and then a little bit of the sweetness from the honey. So, I mean, based on your previous expectations or previous reviews of that type of beer, I don't know. But I hope you enjoy it because your tastes are changing as we speak.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
All right. Here goes nothing. Wish me luck, guys.
Good luck. But Prairie Artisan, I didn't know that they were out of Oklahoma City. So that's it was news to me. I've had their beers, the Rainbow Sherbet sour, I think is their most common. Oh, yeah.
That is actually not bad.
All
That's
right.
not like diabetes sweet. It's like diabetes where you don't fully get.
Almost just spit my beer out.
Sorry. But you can tell you're still gonna get it, but just not as hard.
Oh man.
That's some fine motor oil.
Yeah.
It's a little more carbony than I thought.
Oh, got a little bit more.
Like the like the carbonation in it. It almost feels like, it almost tastes like it has more carbonation in it for a stout.
So this one's clocking in at 13.6%. It's only a 12-ounce bottle, so it's not like a super large one.
Good Lord.
But yeah, it has that. What do you taste when you're tasting this one right here? Are you getting any of those flavors there?
I don't know. It's still like really new to me. And this is actually, and again, like when we first started this show, recording and stuff like that, I was really not a stout person by any means. But now I think that last beer share really threw me into the stouts because we showed up a little bit late and it was a very heavy stout share. And because we had to make up for lost time, I just dove right in, stout after stout after stout. And I was like, whew, all right, I could use some water.
But we had the answer that stout, that was probably one of the best. And there was barley wines that we had that were barrel-aged barley wines. A whole bunch of great stuff. But Prairie has really fun art. It's almost like cartoons. I see like a little martini glass with a mustache, a couple of little, I don't know what they are, Sasquatches behind there, or maybe people like, what do you call it, the beekeeper outfits or something in the background that look like Sasquatches. I'm not even sure. It's a funky it's a funky little design, a little tea kettle with a coffee cup in the martini's hand. Yes, the martini has eyes, a mustache, and arms, so he can drink his chai tea, apparently.
That's how I drink mine.
Yeah, but you remember the Rainbow Sherbet can, how it has like a rainbow kind of like stripes in it too?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's a fun can or a fun bottle.
Bottle at this time. How often do we really have bottles nowadays? Everything's aluminum.
That is true.
Cheaper now. But going back to Salem, right?
Hold on, but today's attire, you just went straight into everything.
I did, yeah.
Hold on. So today's attire, Dixon.
Love Dixon.
Scuttered. Scuttered. So it's got the beer mugs on it.
Oh yeah.
Peep the hat.
Prolific.
Prolific.
Yep.
Shout out to Prolific also. And also to Dixon. This is actually a big part of our collection. This one's their bamboo short sleeve. Love the bamboo short sleeves,
Yeah.
especially for
Comfortable.
like summer. Especially out here in Phoenix, it's ridiculous. So it's hard to wear, their flannels and stuff like that when we don't really have flannel-ish type weather out here. But they also have an amazing design of hoodies, hats, stickers, drinkware. I
Everything.
have one of their swimming suits. It's the hot pink one. Awesome, by the way, one piece. So I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes a two-piece.
And I got the Whistle Pig. I'm not really rocking beer, and then I got my nod to TCBC right here, rest in peace. But I'm wearing their hat right now.
Hot pig summer. That shirt also a one piece.
Hey, wait, I'm wearing pants. It'd be weird if I wasn't. You guys don't know.
Watch my eyes, people.
Yeah, and I do want to point out too, happy Father's Day. Hey, keep your eyes up here. Eyes up here. Happy Father's Day to everybody. This just passed this past weekend, so
Hope you
hope
guys
everybody
all
had
had fun out there, barbecued, had some bomb ass beer, and just had an amazing kick ass weekend. So happy Father's Day to all you guys out there. Happy
Cheers,
Father's
everybody.
Day. Hey, give me one more.
Bring it
'Cause
in. Bring it in. Yep.
You're a father too.
Damn straight. So,
Oh,
damn straight, I'm a father.
that was so aggressive.
Oh,
I
I
was
don't
like,
know.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna change that real quick
I
to
was
your
all,
baby
"Ooh,
daddy.
bam. Hey. Yes, I did catch that. I'm not that slow. But going back to Salem now, for reals this time, we had a wonderful time there. So after being in Boston for 2-3 days, we ended up taking the train, easy train ride. I think it was like $8 a person to get up to Salem, and it was only like probably a 30-minute train ride, if that. And one of the things we wanted to do was take the ferry, but again, after spending all day and all night pretty much out, waking up in the morning to try to make that ferry was difficult, especially when we had our kids with us too.
Right.
But we ended up just taking the train out there, and
Well, I mean, both of our kids right now, the two that are left at home, are both teenagers. Teenagers, they're not getting up early in the mornings for summer. Well, one just graduated high school, and we have one more that's in high school. That 15-year-old, you're not getting him up.
nope.
Even if it's on, a vacation, but summer vacation,
Oh yeah, forget about it. Ain't happening.
we did our best.
Yep. But we ended up going to Salem, and this part of this was because this is a big part of what you enjoy. So
Yes.
Salem was a must-do trip because of you.
Yes. I love, love, love Halloween. That is like my thing every year. That's the one thing I really look forward to, well, other than like Thanksgiving and Christmas. But absolutely love Halloween and decorate the house and go all out for that. And this year was actually their an anniversary for them. So I figured, and I was like, I'm not going to try to go there during fall. It's just going to be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So we intentionally went right now during spring so we can go check all that out, and it was just a huge tourist attraction because a lot of the homes because it was filmed in Salem, and a lot of the
Hocus Pocus. You didn't say the
or I'm
name.
sorry, Hocus Pocus, yes. A lot of the homes that they used were there in Salem, like Allison's house, that beautiful big huge white two-story house where um what's her name? Max goes and she's on the hay bales in front of the house and she's crying. No, not Max. Max is her brother. Um,
Danny.
yes, Danny. Danny's, she's upset. She's like, I take me home now. And then she goes crying and she falls on the hay bales, and that's actually Allison's house. And so we went to go visit that house, which actually in real life is surprisingly a lot smaller than what I was expecting, because in the movie they make it look really big. And then when the parents go to town hall and they're having that party all night where the witches show up, the Sanderson sisters show up and they put the spell and stuff out. Um, we went and visited the town hall
Yeah.
actually, and that was super cool. Where else did we go?
We went to that park, like, and the school that they
Oh,
just let out of.
yes.
The other two homes, the other two sites, I know was like Max's and Danny's house, and I can't remember the other one, but that was like a mile south, and everywhere we were going was just outside of that area, so we couldn't get to it. It was one of
It
those
was
things
so
that,
fun. It was for me, it was so
yeah,
nostalgic because I love this movie. It's one of my absolute favorite movies. And I actually tried to convince because we have 2 daughters. So I was trying to convince them one year that the 3 of us should go as the Sanderson sisters for
oh, that'd be
Halloween.
so funny.
And I was really, really trying to push and persuade them, but they were kind of like, yeah, I don't know." But that was quite a few years ago, so maybe things have changed. Maybe they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, let's do
Let's
it."
do it.
I'm down. We'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see. One of these days, I'm hoping to get them to do that with me.
Yeah, but your walk-in wasn't great, and to take that extra
Man.
mile and a half there and back, it probably wasn't the best idea. And it was a private neighborhood too, so they said that, just respect all the homes in that area because it is a neighborhood and people do live there. So we didn't go there, but we still enjoyed a lot of it. So we saw like the witch house, we saw quite of other sites. The graveyard we didn't actually go into, but we saw the memorial for the supposed witches that were hung. What was that, in like 1690s or something like that, I think it was.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But like with me in graveyards, it's just kind of creepy. It's weird.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to take pictures because like why do I want a picture of a graveyard in
Yeah.
my camera roll on my phone? I don't know, but that's just me personally. I just think it's kind of weird. And also I think just because like my culture, my upbringing and stuff like that too. So I was like, yeah, I'm okay. Like I'll look at it from afar. And
Yeah. We saw the memorial, and I think that was the important part. But like right after we went there, it was almost like we went down that short little street, and right across there we found a brewery.
surprise,
And surprise,
surprise.
surprise. Yeah. So, not like I was looking for one or anything, but hey, we kind of just happened to run into one. And it was called Notch Brewing Company. And real interesting concept, and a really neat building too. It was like a
Oh,
long, almost like a barn, almost looked like a super long one, or
super
warehouse or
cool.
whatever. Yeah, really cool. And then like they had a little bit of indoor, and it was like still like warehouse almost area. And
Yeah,
then that area outside, and it was like right along, I'm gonna say a canal because I can't really call that a river, but it was like right
right.
along a little waterway that they had right behind it. But sitting out there was beautiful, and it was
Right.
probably that day probably like 70 degrees, and sitting out there, looking at the water, drinking a beer was a lot of fun.
That was the ideal day. Like
Yeah.
to a lot of people are working, but nope, not us. We're
Nope.
in Salem getting in everybody's way, being a tourist
Totally.
and drinking beer, enjoying the sunshine, the little sunshine that, was there when we were there,
Yeah.
thank God. Um, but we did not sit by the water because they didn't have any umbrellas or shade or anything like that. And in the sun, it was just a little bit intense.
Yeah. We were close to the
So,
building where they did have that
right. So we were a little bit, we're like on the other side of this little
dinky
rock
fence.
wooden fence,
Yeah.
which for some reason on that side they had tables, picnic tables with umbrellas.
Yeah.
But for some reason on the other side, they did not.
Yeah.
So for whatever,
For whatever
whatever.
reason.
Yeah.
But it was a neat concept at that brewery. So they specialized in like German and Czech style beer. So everything was like low ABV. And they had like German foods. They had, I think, some bratwurst maybe. Yeah, yeah, they did have like a sausage thing, and the pretzels, things like that. And I enjoyed it. It was nothing that was going to be heavy. Nothing like we're drinking now to 13.7% or whatever it was. Um, so I just had a dark lager called, man, Tamavi.
Tamavi.
Tamavi, yes,
I
which I
believe
think it
that's how
means
you say it.
dark and
Check.
Czech. Something like that, right? It was a Czech dark lager, or Doppelbock. I don't know exactly what they called it inside there, but it was like a good German style beer, or Czech style, I guess. And it was really refreshing. And when we were out there, I was like, I brought a sweater because it was cold most of the time we were out there. I'm not about to just go and carry a sweater everywhere I'm walking. So I had it on with the sleeves rolled up, and I'm kind of warm, but having that beer was pretty refreshing. Sitting out there in the sun, and oh my, it for it being like a Tuesday. I mean,
Mm,
that's the way to go. I mean, that's how
right.
you spend a Tuesday for sure.
Right. For sure. Um, so I wasn't really too keen on a lot of the beers that they did have there, like, because I'm very partial to the hazies, obviously. So guess what? The one hazy that they did have, I ordered that. And it was their New England Pale Ale, and it was called, almost said toe and pony? Doe. Doe.
Dog and pony.
Dog?
I think it was
Dog
dog
and
and pony.
pony?
Yeah,
I don't remember. But I enjoyed it
dog
just
and pony show,
because,
right?
uh, dude, I don't know.
But
I'll
it was
take your
low in
word.
alcohol too.
You're better at the memory thing than I am, which is, I find that pretty resilient. I don't know how you remember such details with all these beers.
Yeah.
I just do my best. Go me.
Get a beer, drink it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Doesn't take a lot, right?
Mm-mm. Nope, I don't need to retain all that information.
But it was a low ABV beer also.
It was. It was very low. It was about 4.5, which is typically like 3% lighter than what I'm usually used to. So
Yeah,
I
for
was
sure.
like, okay, what are we doing here at 4.5%?
But we were hungry too, and they did have little snacks there, but we were ready for a meal at that point. So
Right, right,
after we drank those beers, as much as we wanted to have another one and just sit out there and enjoy it, we needed to eat, and I didn't want to eat a pretzel because I wanted real food, not just bread.
right. I was like, "Rrr,
Yeah.
I need the carnivore in me came out. And I was like, I need meat.
So connected to the same building was a really cool place called Witchside Tavern, and one really neat concept. I mean, just with like the signage, the murals that they had inside there, it was a really neat place. And we were like, do we sit outside again? Because you know, we can sit on the street and just like kind of people watch at the same time. We can enjoy the New England weather rather than the Phoenix weather. But we sat inside because it was a lot quieter. There wasn't very many people because I think by the time we were eating there, it was like probably 3 in the afternoon,
Right.
and of course it's like right in between lunch and dinner, so there was like nobody in there, and we
There
were just
wasn't
like,
much of a crowd.
no, it was perfect.
So for me, I was just like, let's go eat inside. Let's enjoy the air conditioning. Let's, enjoy the ceiling fans, all that stuff. Well,
Hmm.
so we went in, we're comfortable, we ate. And this is where it gets really good
Oh
is when
yeah.
we ordered the food. Because I was just looking over their menu and I was just like, you know what? I want some clam chowder. I'm out here on this side of the
Get some
world.
chowda.
Yes, on this side of the world. And I was like, I gotta have the chowder here. I bet you it's gonna be good. So we ordered quite a bit of food,
Yeah, we did.
but it was between the four of us, we covered a lot of ground. So I remember getting the clam chowder. That was so, so good. That was everything I ever could hope for and then some. Because
Good.
I'm not a huge chowder person, but I was like, okay, when in Rome, go for it. And I've only ordered it there and in, I think it was, no, not Washington, but when we were in Oregon
No.
at Pelican.
Oh yeah, you did get it there, but we did get it in Washington also, Ivar's.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So I've had it in Washington and in Oregon. But over there at Pelican in Oregon, Pelican Brewing, if they're still around. But I
I'm
remember
sure they are.
that being really good and putting those little oyster crackers in there for
Hmm.
the first time. I was like, huh, this is not bad. But when we're out there in Salem, I was just like, oh, this chowder, it's so good. Like it was
It's not chowder
creamy.
there. You have to call it chowda.
Mm, but like it was creamy, but it wasn't like salty. The just everything about it wasn't fishy at all. It was really fresh. It
Hmm.
was really, really good. It was well made. Now that's the new standard for me whenever I go out and get any chowder.
Chowda.
That's what I want. That's what I'm looking forward to. So when we go back and we get more of that treehouse,
You're gonna get some chowda
we're gonna
also.
go.
They had a place in Faneuil Hall called like the Boston Chowda Company or something. And they actually spelled it with a W, which is pretty funny.
I mean, hey, they know.
Oh yeah.
So I appreciate that that's what they called it.
Yeah.
So we had that, and then I also heard from other people like, hey, if you ever go out there to Boston, get the fish and chips.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, I've had fish and chips here. Not that big of a deal. But I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. It's out there in Boston. It's in Massachusetts. I bet it's going to be good, especially if somebody's like, order something as common as like fish and chips, but it's like out there, how they do it. How we do it, how they do it. And it did not disappoint. It did
No, it was
not
good.
disappoint. And with that, is that the one? The fish and chips also came with shrimp?
No. We got 2 different plates. We got the fish and chips plate and the shrimp and chips plate.
Oh
And
my
yes,
God.
that was good. Those shrimp, oh,
Oh,
they were good. You almost had a fork and knife. Those
those suckers
also,
were huge,
they're like
but they
mini
were,
lobster.
yes, and they were perfectly cooked because
Mm,
often, a lot of times with shrimp, I feel like a lot of people overcook it, and
yeah.
that's where it gets rubbery and chewy. But here, like it was battered and deep fried, and it was perfect. It was like biting a stick of butter, and we've all been there. So, oh,
Got to get the
deep,
fingertips too.
yeah, it was like battered, deep fried butter, but
Ah,
in
it's
shrimp
so good.
form. Oh, that was amazing.
The
That was so, so good.
shrimp or the fish was good too with the tartar sauce. I thought that
Mm.
was, fries were good, and it came with coleslaw too. I know the kids didn't like that, but I went to town on it. I love a good coleslaw. And then the egg rolls. Do you remember the egg rolls we got there
Oh, I
too?
was gonna say, I think we ordered one more thing
Yeah.
too.
It was an appetizer, and they were pretty small, but it was like Philly cheesesteak egg rolls and buffalo chicken, and it came on the same tray. So I think they gave you like 4 of each, and that was so good.
Okay, a Philly cheesesteak egg roll. How do you say, nope, out of it? You got
Yeah,
to be
I'm ready
nuts.
to make it here.
I would say we can't be friends if you're going to pass on the Philly cheesesteak egg rolls as an appetizer.
Oh, that was
That
good.
was actually really good.
Yeah,
But I was too tied up on the
the
shrimp.
shrimp was
The
probably the
shrimp
best. Yeah,
and the chowder. That's
yeah.
where I was. The fish was really good. What kind of fish was it?
I can't remember, some sort of whitefish. I don't remember exactly which one, but I'm sure it said it, and we were just. But after everything we ate and everything that we had over there,
uh,
it's not there anymore. So, but we did have.
that's what my dreams
Went
are
to New
made
England,
of.
we got some chowda, but we didn't get any lobster.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed about that
Yeah.
actually.
Well, do you remember that? I think we were in La Jolla in San Diego, and you got that lobster roll, and it was all like it was cold outside. It was cold and rainy day there in San Diego also, which, it doesn't rain much in San Diego. So that was kind of strange. But
Yeah.
you ended up getting that lobster roll and you were like, it's cold. Because it's
So
like never had one before.
that's one thing that I did not know. Like I've always wanted to try a lobster roll because it always looks so good. It looks really good, really appetizing. Everything that you want is in there in a piece of bread, in a
Mm-hmm.
roll. So I was like, all right, it's on the menu. It's I think it was like a Sunday when we went, and it was basically like a brunch, I guess, is roughly
Yeah.
right around the time that we went. But yeah, just like you said, it was raining and it was cold. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try the lobster roll. They bring out all the food. I get my lobster roll, and I'm like, wow, this is exactly what I was expecting it to look like. I take a bite, and I'm like, what?
It's
And I'm like,
cold.
it's cold. Why is this cold? Like, because I expected it to be hot, but I was just like, it's cold.
Especially being freezing out there. It was
Yeah.
just like not what you wanted to have at that
No,
point.
that was so disappointing, and I don't think I'm ever gonna eat another lobster roll again.
Oh, you know what? Next time we go out there to Massachusetts, we're going to get one. And just because we have to. We have
Well,
to do a lot of things that we didn't do. I mean, we spent like 3 to 4 days out there, and even spending that time was not enough. We needed a lot
no,
more time there.
right.
But so after we went there, we did some more walking around. Went to that park, the school for Hocus Pocus. The park is actually part of the place where they did some of the filming at also. And after we went there, we found another brewery. Surprise, surprise. It was called East Regiment Beer Company. And that was a neat
Mhm.
place too. Really cool building. It was an old building too. I mean, they had the bar area. Inside had a lot of like wood tables, almost like what is it, those? spools, like the wire spools, like
Yeah.
that was what the tables were, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had that side section, almost kind of, we call it an Arizona room, but it was like a screened in or
Like an
closed in kind
enclosed
of
porch.
outside area. Yeah,
Yeah.
like a porch. Yeah, and then where the bathrooms were, there was like those stairs that went up that were kind of creepy
That
looking.
was crazy. That was really crazy. So, like, when you go inside, the bar is kind of shaped like it goes like skinny, like a kind of a long, skinny counter where you go up and order, and then there's like a long part where the majority of the seating goes, and then like a little small like L end. But they also had a food truck or a food like an area, something completely different
Yeah,
from the brewery.
I don't know what that was. We just came from eating, so we weren't gonna like eat some more.
Right.
I mean, is our MO if we getting more food, but we didn't this
Right.
time.
Well, we had just came from eating over at Witch's Tavern,
Yeah, Side Tavern? Yes.
Witchside
Yeah, but
Tavern.
we were
So,
walking around a little bit before we went there.
but
Not
still,
that long.
oh, I don't think we left really anything, maybe except for like some fries got left behind.
About it. Yeah.
But we pretty much ate everything,
Oh, it was good though. It
everything.
was so
So
worth it.
that was still sitting there, and I was trying to hold on to it as long as possible. So, but yes, they have a food place inside, which I was like, huh, I didn't know they had a food place inside
Yeah.
of it.
They had games. We ended up playing cards at one of the tables there, just like regular deck of cards, and we're like, all right, crazy eights. Let's play some poker, let's play some blackjack, and we're just sitting there, and it's like, again, it was like a Tuesday, sitting in Salem, Massachusetts, middle of the afternoon, and just freaking enjoying life. That's what that's
Right,
what we were doing.
right.
Sitting at a brewery, having some good beer too. And I had a double IPA when we got in there, and it was called Double Minor, and it was a double IPA on nitro, which again you don't see that often. Anytime I see something that that I haven't had before, I'm probably going to go for that. I mean, I was probably going to go for the double IPA anyway, but had to go for that one. It was an 8.2 um, double IPA, West Coast style, not a hazy. For one, I mean everything's a hazy out there because New England, obviously. But it was good, and it was so funny because I was trying to read the name of it, and it was like hand drawn on a chalkboard, and they drew this like hockey rink across the name. So I was like, the way that they had it almost looked like a D for the double, but it was like part of the
The goal.
goal, yeah. And then it had like the center where like, what do you call it, the half court.
Yeah.
And I'm not a hockey person, so I'm not sure exactly what these things are called, but I was like, I'll have the double O minored, because the other end with the other goal, I thought it was another D. He's just like, the guy that was behind the counter there was like, yeah, sorry, I drew that. And he goes, it's just called the double minor. And I'm like, oh, it's not double O minored.
Well, and he did mention like, yeah, he was like, I was doing too much, but yeah, I was trying to make it, fun and turn it into a hockey rink.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure double minor means something in there, but I don't know what it is.
I think because I was still a little bit full, but just like really needing water more than anything at that point. That's why I just had just the one beer, and that was actually a
It was called Lumberg. It was a hazy IPA.
imagine that.
New England IPA, Lumberg. But the reason,
Lumber.
yeah, why I remember that is because it had the red stapler. You remember on Office Space?
Oh, okay. Now, wow, it's taken a second, but it's clicking. It's
Yeah,
clicking.
like a stapler.
Touche.
But that I didn't actually even try that. You drank that, but I had 2 beers, so
I was just sipping on it, enjoying, spending the time there watching the kids play cards. They were playing Crazy Eights, and then we were
speed
playing,
and
yeah.
yeah,
And it's always fun just to see, kids not on devices, not on cell phones. They're just actually having that, one-on-one quality time.
yeah,
And then just being able to watch them, especially, at their
play
age.
each other.
Well, at their age, at their age, still having something to do with one another, which, I appreciate. And I
Yep.
chalk that up to our parents, our parenting skills.
Oh yeah. But how was that beer anyway?
It was was good. It was
Yeah.
really good. I enjoyed that actually. That was really good. But you want to talk about the second beer that you had?
I'll talk about that nitro first. So, like a lot of West Coast IPAs have, a little bit more of a bite to them. They have a little bit more sharpness, the bitterness from the hops that you get from it, and you got a lot of that. But having it on nitro, almost like soothed the whole thing. So it was like a creamy, very very creamy mouthfeel as you're getting that bitterness from the hops at the same time. So that was interesting, and so I ended up getting another small pour because we were just going from place to place, and I saw this the sour on there, and it was like a Berliner Weiss, and it was called Vanna Wise, not Vanna White, but it's called Vanna Wise, and it was like a passion fruit hibiscus Berliner Weiss sour, and it was like only like a 4.5%, another very light one, and I got a small pour of it, sipped on it, super refreshing too, and
Hmm.
after actually having that double IPA and pretty much everything else that we have that's heavy and stuff like that, having that it's almost like crisp, it's light, it's fruity. It's just a regular good
Sometimes
fruited sour.
it's just sometimes what you need.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it, and it kind of paired well with what I was already drinking because nice heavy dark 8.5%, or what did I say? I can't even remember, something like that. 8.2. It was 8.2%, and having that heavy beer on nitro, and then having that light crisp, almost like soda fruitness to it. I thought it was like a good refreshing drink right after that. But did some more walking around, and we went to like one more place. So we got to the train station when we were leaving,
Mm.
and right when we got there, we see the train taking off, and we're like, "Oh man!" So we looked up at the sign, and it was like 45 minutes till the next train came by, and we're like, "Well, let's go get another beer."
Well, we sat there and we kind of contemplated things. We were like,
Yeah,
okay, well, should we just wait it out? Should we? There were already other people there that were waiting for the next train, anyways. So we're like, do we just wait it out with them? Because it was a little bit of a walk. I want to say it was like maybe a 5 minute ish walk
yeah,
to the train station
so far.
from where we were. Well, when you're limping along
Oh yeah, okay,
and then
very
you're
true.
full of food and beer, then you get the side ache, and then you're getting a little bit
Cross
older.
traffic.
So, oh yeah, traffic. You got to deal with traffic too.
Yeah, we went and got an ice cream first, or I should say, okay, the clam chowder. I had 2 bites of the ice cream. I had 1 bite of, and that was about as much milk as I was ready to handle for that day. But everybody else got ice cream, and
Oh no, I didn't get ice cream.
okay, the kids got ice cream. Then we went across the street, and what was the name of that bar? The
Wolves
no,
Tavern.
uh, Dire Wolf.
Oh, Dire
The Dire
Wolf.
Wolf Tavern. That was a pretty cool place.
I wish we could have spent a little bit more time and had the stomach space, honestly, to spend some time there and check out their menu.
Yeah.
But we were just short on time. It was already getting kind of late. I think the train was getting there like at 7 or something. And so we're just like, okay,
We've got 20 minutes.
we hustled in. We talked to the host right there at the podium, and we just told him, hey, can we just have one beer real quick while we wait for our
Yeah.
train? We're not going to order food, and it was a sit down restaurant also.
Yeah.
Um, so he was cool. At first, I thought he was
And
gonna,
like our kids got ice creams, and they were like, can they just sit at a table right here? We'll sit with them. We're just gonna grab 1 beer, and that's it. I don't even remember what I got. It was we both got IPAs. That's all I remember. But it
well,
was just like,
I honestly thought he was gonna be an ass. I really thought he was gonna be like, no, outside food, absolutely not. But I was gonna be like, okay, first of all, you're in Salem. Let's take it down a notch. Which, you know what, Salem versus Boston, Salem is so chill and
yeah, it
so
is.
laid back. Like once the second we got off the train, it was just like, wow, it's so quiet here. And it's just like peaceful, and it's so much slower, and people there are just so chill. There's not the tourists, there's not the
Well, there were still a lot of
cars,
tourists, but
like the copious amounts that you get in
very true.
Boston. But it's like you're not getting the horn on, the cars every 2-3 seconds, which is ridiculous. That's one thing that I
Yes.
noticed. That first morning, like the next morning when we landed that next morning. So that first morning, in essence, when we went to go get coffee, all I could hear, and I was just like, "Oh my god, horns everywhere." Like, if that light is green and you're not slamming your foot on the gas, you're getting honked at. You gotta be quick.
Yeah.
But, like, the roads are kinda jacked up there and kinda rough, so it's like, I don't know, I don't really get it, I
I
guess.
don't either. And it's like
But
everybody's just weaving around in and out and they're all honking at each other and everybody's fine with it, which I don't get because out here you honk, you get middle fingers, you get people shooting at you. It's like, I'm
the
like, how
road
is that like
rage.
okay? I'm like, everybody's honking at each other and they're just like dealing with it.
Yeah, you got people that are running and jogging all over the place because, like, the weather is so beautiful and ideal there. You can go outside
Hmm.
and, jog and run. You got people on electric bikes. You got people because we're right there by um a couple right I think our hotel was right in the middle of like two hospitals and then like a research center. So we had a lot of medical staff like doctors and nurses and
Hmm.
people like that were there. So a lot of people were walking to the place that was right at the corner of where our hotel was at, which was actually, and I what was it like, w-
It was Beacon Hill area is where we were at. Is that what you're trying?
the corner restaurant or the place that was on the corner for
Oh gosh,
breakfast.
I can't even
That
remember.
was
That place was
actually
busy though.
pretty, yeah, it was pretty good, but that was where everybody was heading to, not only for coffee and, a late breakfast, but for people having like an early lunch because they also
Hmm.
did like sandwiches and things like that, not just pastries and coffee and specialty coffees and all that fancy stuff. Black coffee, little milk, no sugar, that's it. And that's me. I'm as simple as that. Not as simple as you, where
Yeah,
you're just like straight up just a dark
coffee
black
black
coffee.
done.
Yeah. But we just stopped by there really quick and line was out the door.
Yeah, it's
That was
crazy.
crazy. That was super crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And like the little patio on both sides that kind of wraps around. Both sides of the patio packed. Indoors packed. Line out the door, absolutely. So we
Hmm.
were just like, well, we're already in line. We're committed. Great place, actually. Um,
Yeah, we had a good time, but we're talking about Salem here.
Yeah, and I was like, "Okay." So back to Salem. Like, you don't get that in Salem. It was just, like, so calm and just so peaceful, and everybody was just super chill there, and it was nice. It was nice to take a break. It was almost like having 2 separate vacations because they were so different.
It was, yeah, and then, of course, they had the tourist trap stores, all the witch stores and all that, and, of course, what did we do? We bought stuff. Forgot us, dang it. So we didn't just go to breweries. Yes, we went to a couple shops too, but a lot of the
Souvenirs. We'll chalk it up and say we had to get souvenirs.
yeah, the goth people were walking around probably doing their whole witch, I don't know, trips that they probably planned with all their and wear all their black stuff and all that. But it was always fun. I mean, it was like you could see all the tourists. It's like if there was any locals around where we were walking, they just blended right into just the environment. But you could tell the people wearing all the black and fishnets and stuff like that. Those are the tourists, and then us with like, hey, look at walking around. Look, we're just looking for the beer places, though. I mean, to be
Well,
honest.
and then Adam was wearing a backpack, so that doesn't scream tourist at all.
Nope. But hey,
But
I got to carry
you
stuff.
I was about to say, but you did save us all because we had our jackets in there, we had water in there,
Hmm.
so
And all the
appreciate
beers that
that.
we've purchased to go, I had to cram inside the backpack too.
Yes.
And that's actually the reason why I was wearing that backpack everywhere we went is so that if we needed to stop somewhere and take beers with us, I had a spot to carry them in instead of trying to hold on to them.
And our souvenirs.
Yeah. Could you imagine carrying like a little paper sack with like valuable beer inside of it? Nope. That would be a bad idea.
I'd just go behind a building, crack it open, down it, and
Oh
keep
no, that was
going.
for home. That was to bring home. That way we can share it with you all.
Yeah,
There was purpose behind it all. But
silly me.
oh my gosh, but Salem was a great town. I mean, again, you get that same old school architecture. I mean, the place has been there what 300, 400 years or something like that. And some of the homes from that era are still in place and the brick buildings they've put up in the 17 and 1800s still standing and you get a lot of that architecture that's part of it and it was just we had a really fun time there and I got to see a couple breweries and share it with you guys because that's what the whole reason of it is. Craft
What
beer
we
is
do.
alive in this country, so and we are loving it. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we love just being able to come back and again share our experiences with you guys. So hopefully, what we do and say and, provide our experience will inspire you to go check out Boston. Because again, Trillium,
Heck yeah.
Treehouse. I mean, need I say more?
Those are good. Boston
Chowda.
Beer Company, the Sam
Fish
Adams
and
was
chips.
wonderful. And just everywhere we went, I enjoyed pretty much everywhere we stopped. We stopped at just like random bars, and they were just like so old school, dark and wooden counters, and it just seemed like
Such a
something.
great
Yeah,
experience.
a blast from the past that was just a lot of fun. It was safe streets. The city was clean. Both Salem and Boston had a heck of a time. So, um, I think for Salem, that was pretty much every spot that we hit out there. So we're doing this as a one day. We hit 2 breweries that day, both of them on this episode. If you ever get a chance to go, of course, hit those and probably plenty of more places to go to that we weren't able to. So thank you for joining us today. We got another episode next week with another brewery from Boston that we can't wait to talk about. But
Yes.
cheers,
So
everybody.
we've
Um,
actually turned our Boston trip into a 3 episode parts.
4.
Four. Oh,
Cheers.
4.
4 episode,
Cheers to
yes.
4.
4 episodes for Boston, and then on to the next destination, right?
So Boston and 4.
Oh, I was just down in this beer, and that was so good.
That is super thick.
Oh,
Jesus. That is definitely a 3C thicker right
I'm
there.
chewing that one. That one's good.
You're gonna be chewing. That might even be 3.5C.
That was good beer, but we'd appreciate if you guys support the show by giving us 5 stars on your podcasting platform. If you could subscribe and reach out to us. We love beer and we love to try it across the country. If you guys have any suggestions, we'd love to hear about them and talk about it with you. So please reach out.
So I take care of the Facebook and the Instagram accounts. I'm terrible at Facebook, I'll admit that. But I do regularly try to touch base and check in on Instagram daily. So if you have any suggestions, anything that you want to share with us,
Or just reach out and
please
say hi.
reach out. Yeah, say hi. Say hey. What's up?
What's going on? Yeah. Guess what beer I'm drinking? Take a picture of it, send it over to us.
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely. But thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And until next week, cheers.